Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Don Jo CFC71 630. This is basically a push plate, is what it is. However, it has a cylinder cutout, a CFC 71. That's what CFC means. So it's a push plate. Where would you use this? Well, obviously somewhere where you are installing some sort of a lock. The diameter of that hole, I think it's 1.25 inches. Let me put the caliper. I don't have to put the caliper on it. Definitely 1.25 inches. It looks like it's slightly shy on that. And we'll pull out the caliper. Oh, no, it's good. 1.249. So yeah, 1.25 inches is what it is. Where would you use that? Well, anywhere where you're going to use a mortise cylinder or a rim cylinder. If you're installing this push plate onto a door, it could be used for lots of applications. Here's one. You have a school, you have bathrooms, you have a classroom style lock on the door. That mortise cylinder requires an 1.25 inch diameter hole. The application I'm talking about, all that hardware actually exists. This would be perfect for that. Push plate, the cylinder is incorporated within the space and it works just perfectly. You could also have an exterior hollow metal door, outswing, reverse bevel, panic device hardware. You went from some sort of a knob trim and you want to pull that off and put a rim cylinder, but you need a plate like this to cover the hole. Would be a great option. You might even put some sort of very small, like even a sash lift pull handle on here, just so that when you turn the key, you don't have to pull the door open by the key. A small pull handle with just sheet metal screws, so that if someone were to try to pull that off the door, those screws will fail before any harm is really done to the door. So that would be another application of where you might use this. You know, using it as a push plate or as a large filler plate, very common applications. The 71, forgive me, 16 inch by 4 inch. So this is a 4 by 16. Back to the caliper, I'll tell you the thickness of the material. Okay, so here is our thickness. The caliper tells me it's 0.05, and that is exactly what this ought to be. At least it is with the peel away protective film that's covering the stainless steel brushed material. Solid stainless, just stainless flat good is all it is, that has been sheared and then punched to this sort of preparation. It's going to include screws, probably 6 by 5/8 oval head stainless steel sheet metal screws, and again, very typical and common. You might need one on both sides of the door with a cylinder prep. Now, be mindful, Don Jo can do this in different diameters. 1.25 inches. That would be for rim or mortise cylinders. 1.5 inches would be for some deadbolts. 2 1/8 can be done. That can be for deadbolts or lock sets. I've never had Don Jo do custom preparations in their plates. Let's say if you were literally converting from a, you know, here's an example that happened not very long ago. A mortise lock from 1920. And then today you're putting on a alarm lock trilogy, a DL2700. You got lots of holes that you don't need, so you want a plate that's big enough to cover all of that, but then you want a plate that's punched for the function holes that you would need for that electronic combination lock. Okay, I would imagine they can do that work as well, even though I've never had or requested that they do it. Okay. Obviously, then you can put pull handles on here. If you had that same bathroom application and that door swung out, no problem. If you had that exit device and you wanted a through-bolted pull handle, you might need to be mindful of that, of where you're going to locate the bolts for the pull handle. If you're going to try to through-bolt it, you don't want to hit the head of the exit device or any internal rods, let's say. I did mention classroom deadbolt before. Classroom deadbolt simply means from the outside you can lock or unlock it with a key. From the inside, you cannot throw the bolt, you can only retract the bolt. Okay, that's a classroom deadbolt. Let's switch to the screen view now and take a closer look at some supporting documentation. Here is the item that we are looking at. We'll go over the extended description. Push plate with cylinder cutout. The part number is a 71. That's really a reference to its width, its height, and its thickness. All holes are 2 1/4 on center from the end of the plate as standard, but can be varied. For other than standard cut location, please attach a sketch or enter it in the comments field. Those screws and then other plate sizes are available. Sure, other finishes and base materials are available as well. Let's take a look and see what those would be. Polished brass, 605 polished brass, 606 satin brass, 613 oil rubbed bronze, 628 satin and clear anodized aluminum, 629 is polished stainless, 630 is satin brushed stainless, the one that we're looking at. Let's look at this supporting documentation. Let's start with a template. That's handy because it shows you exactly where everything is laid out. Okay, very handy. The cut sheet is here as well. That's just a tear page out of the manufacturer's catalog, and that product catalog can be seen here. From this catalog, you'll be able to review all of the flat goods from Don Jo, but also the associated products, the pulls and the push items. Flat goods refer to push plates, material that's in the flat, armor plates, kick plates, things of that nature. Now, you can also do other sizes. So this is a 71. Well, if you wanted a 6x16, obviously it's going to be a CFC72, and then you're finished. Really handy. Let's see here now. 50 thousandths push plates, that's standard and typical. You do occasionally see people order the 1/8 of an inch thick push plates. It's the same concept, just far more noticeable in terms of the thickness. If you're doing a very heavy-duty application like a public library, you're going to see 125 thousandths thick plates specified. Door pulls are here. A variety of them, in fact. Push bars, combination sets, push bars with pull handles. Varieties of that, like ladder pulls. Pull plates are listed here. So that's going to be a flat plate with a pull already ready for it. Push and pull plates with holes. Here we go. This is the important part. CFC is 1 1/4. CFD is 1 1/2. CFK is 2 1/8. CFL is a 2 1/8 hole that's going to have, it's really what we call a turtle prep. It will, a turtle prep is actually going to look like you've got a 2 1/8 inch hole, but then you've got through bolts here. You might have them here. You might have them here. Okay, you might have this. So what they end up really doing is kind of making a preparation that looks like this. And if you really use your imagination, they call it a turtle prep. Here's the head. Here's the tail. You get the point. Turtle prep is, industry parlance for a 2 1/8 inch hole with a lever prep. Sargent, Yale, Corbin Russian, Slag, Best, all those people's locks will fit into that. Other items, flush cut pulls are here. This cylinder pull I like a lot for that exit device I mentioned earlier. Not much to yank on if you're trying to vandalize or break in. That cylinder pull is a pretty common thing. That rim cylinder or mortise cylinder will just go through that 1 1/4 hole, and it will be held on just by the cylinder mounting. This is a combination push and pull plate. That is an offset sort of plate that comes out like that. Wire pulls, 5/16 diameter for casework, cabinet doors, things that are heavier duty, things that don't require any sort of design or finish. Your favorite coffee shop isn't going to have fancy decorative Amarok cabinet hardware. It's going to have utilitarian, high-quality material like this. Okay. Other trim and auxiliary hardware are in here as well. This is the year 2020. Unfortunately, our COVID pandemic is in about week 26 right now. Foot pull, where you're not touching things. You can screw this to the bottom of the door and then use your foot, obviously, to pull that door open. Now, below this video here is a link to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Don Jo products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation, but also a link to the manufacturer's website as well as a link to the full product catalog, but that catalog is also broken down into the subsections of the catalog. If you know the name Don Jo at all, you probably do for their latch protectors and their wraparound plates. However, as you're discovering in this video, they make more than that. They make push plates with cylinder holes. They make door pivots. They have hinges. They have ladder poles. Lots of fun material from Don Jo, a comprehensive provider of trim and auxiliary hardware. Let's wrap up this video on camera. In conclusion, a real nice company Don Jo is. Nice, responsive folks there. There's only 3 people that I've ever spoken to there, and the point of that is that these folks have worked at Don Jo forever. They're very familiar with their catalog, their pricing, their product, their manufacturing process, what they can do and what they can't do. And in the rare occasion that they make a mistake, they make it good immediately. And 99.9% of the time, they just get it fixed. That's for sure. And to them, I say thank you for that. If you have any questions on the CFC71 and a 630 finish, which, by the way, 630 is the most durable of all possible finishes, combination of base material and finish. Stainless steel base material with a brushed finish is considered the most durable of all finishes. It's called a natural finish. So someone might say, well, it's outside, and do I use brass or chrome or do I use stainless? If I want the most durable finish, it's the BHMA code 630, also known as US 32D. Any questions on the CFC71 or any other Don Jo product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.